Today on Hopped Up Beer Review, we're going to be trying the official, unofficial beer of Montana, Montucky Cold Snack Lager by Montucky Cold Snack from Bozeman, Montana. Thanks for joining us, Montucky Cold Snack. Hey everybody, welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give you our unprofessional, somewhat biased opinion about the beer that we are drinking and reviewing. We're back. We're going to do this once again. There's Andy in the attic. There's Jay. I'm Ben. Gentlemen, what's on the docket for tonight?
Montucky Cold Snacks.
Man, that guy's so handsome.
In and out.
I just want to
In and out. That's funny.
bring something to our attention because I've been writing down when I look it up on Untapped and listening to Ben say it because he looked at his can and did the intro. On the label there on the screen it says Montucky Cold Snacks, but when you look at it here, it's singular.
Yeah, I saw that on mine too.
Snack. Not snacks.
But then if you look under the hashtag,
and
it
then it says
snacks.
Montucky Cold Snacks.
It sounds like they need a new marketing department.
It's a glitch in the matrix. Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe.
Well,
I like the can though. I do like the.
Yeah.
I like the can. All right. So who's had this one before as we pour?
I have.
I have as well. Recently, actually.
Y'all suck.
Okay. Let's just stop right there and talk about all the beer that Jay has had that neither of us have ever had.
Exactly. This is going to be like a 45-minute.
Yeah. It's going to be a documentary.
That's right.
It's like multi-part. Anywho, let's get snacking.
Let's get snacking, like Andy said. Come on, snack or snacks. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates. Sorry about that. Jumped the gun there.
You're good.
Well, the Montucky Cold Snack is a lager. 4.1%, 103 calories for those keeping track. Montucky is a term of endearment for the state of Montana. Not sure why, but it refers to the backwoods and rural areas of the state. So it's like, are they, when they say it refers to the backwoods and rural areas, they're like, I mean, that's pretty much Montana. It's not like Montana City, but we call it Montucky for short. It's like, no, Montana is rural and backwoods. But then they're going to add in, like, for the uninformed, it sounds like Kentucky, like to try and say it's kind of backwoods like Kentucky, but it's like, you're Montana,
I mean, for the longest time, I thought this was a Kentucky beer because I mean, it's got a horse on it. I mean,
it's
adaptive. Yeah,
I mean, that is a mountain and not like an EMG, or an ECG, electrocardiogram, like right there behind it. That, yeah, understandable. But I'm like, us from being Southern, like, Mississippi, Alabama, we crack on each other, or we're like, oh, at least we're not from Arkansas. It's like, come on, we're all the same. We're all these,
I mean, I always got mad when I lived in New York and people thought I was from Alabama. So,
that's just mean, Ben. Just mean.
It is a cool name, Montucky. I mean, I'm not dashing the name.
I am with you, though. I always thought it was Kentucky when I saw it. So,
yeah. And cold snacks is a reference to beer. We're having us a cold snack. They say that there are no rice fillers in it, and it is a vegan-friendly recipe. Ben, I know you like that.
Yeah, sure.
The brewery, Montucky Cold Snacks, is actually a contract brewery out of Bozeman, Montana. However, they also do it in La Crosse, Wisconsin, as on the can. The contract brewery, founded in 2012 by a couple guys from Montana, they got tired of their day jobs, and they wanted to create a light, clean, and refreshing beer. So they
Don't
did.
we all at some point?
Yeah. Should have gone to brewmaster school. That's what I think. Weekly.
It's never too late to start again, Andrew.
It is never too late. You're right. So they give 8% of their proceeds back to the charities and nonprofits in the communities that they're sold. So they're multiple states, things like that.
See, that's another thing on the can that I always saw. I saw I'd see 8% on the can. I'm like, oh, this is an 8% beer.
Yes, deceptive.
You know,
Yeah.
Because you're reading, it stops.
Oh yeah, it's just 8%.
I had no
That's
reading
it.
comprehension. I was just like, I look at numbers.
I see a
I'm a
percentage on a
numbers
beer
guy.
can.
Yeah,
I mean, how many times do you see a percentage on a beer can that's not the ABV?
True. Very true. And then you get disappointed because it's a 4% beer. It's like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
They are a subsidiary of E&J Gallo Winery, which technically makes them a macro out of Modesto, California.
So where did you get this, Ben?
I got it here at my local.
They sell it.
Really?
A lot of. I think I've seen it here where I live, and I know I've seen it where you live, Jay.
Yeah, I think I've seen it. I don't know.
Well, I've seen it multiple times when traveling. When they had it here at the bottle shop, they had it here for a short period of time, and it's not there now. At least the last time I went. So when I saw it there, I was like, well, I'm going to grab it because I've seen it everywhere else. And, there's only so many things at the local shop now that I haven't had or we haven't had. So thought I'd go ahead and grab it.
Wish I could say that, but I can't.
Yeah, this goes back to the earlier conversation about the number of beers you've had. So
yeah.
we have not. What else we got, Andrew? Is that it?
So it's time for Jay to give his.
Yeah, Jay's not had this one before. So per Hopped Up Beer review tradition, he gets to go first.
Yeah, my lovely review of this one, huh?
Take it away, Jay.
Yeah. Based on what you said, Andy, and what I put together, and the aroma, the taste, the flavor, this is it's very close to a macro beer. Cold snack lager. I mean, it's got some flavor to it. It kind of reminds me of a macro that we've done recently. It's not heavy. It doesn't taste heavy on the corn like some of the other macros that we've gone through. But this one surprised me in a lot of different ways because I didn't really research it or know. Like we talked about, I assumed this was a Kentucky beer with a horse in the name. The 8% confused me. I thought this might be a good high ABV. No, it's a 4%. So it's so confusing all across the board. And then it just ends up being this really light lager. So for me, I think I'm going to give it a 6.5. It's a good lager for what it is. More flavor than some of the macros we have, but that's about as high as I'm going to go on this. And it's not something that I'm going to reach for, but if somebody hands it to me, I'll drink it.
Yep. All right, I'll jump in there and go next. Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I picked up this can again and saw 8% and said, you know what? It's a little late in the night for me for an 8%er, so I'm going to put it back and get something lower, knowing that this is now 4+%. It's
4.1.
I mean, I've actually kind of figured that out about 2 weeks ago, and so all in all, I'm kind of with you, Jay. it's a little bit better than kind of the standard American macro to me. We reviewed, like Jay said, we reviewed a macro the other night that had some rice in it. I don't really get rice out of this one, and I think they even said they don't want to put rice in this one because it's vegan.
No rice filler.
Right?
Right, but you don't get the overpowering of corn like you do on some
correct.
of the other macros. So,
Yeah.
they're balanced.
Yeah. So I think, if I had to pick an American macro or this, or your standard American macro, let's say, I think this probably comes out on top of most of them, just because, again, you don't get that strong corn flavor. I really don't get the marketing, though. Again, the name, I guess, to the normal person, you're not going to know that Montucky has anything to do with Montana. I don't know. Anyway, I think that this one is okay, and I'm kind of with you, Jay. Similar score. I'm going to give it a 6. I think it's fine if somebody hands it to me. I'm going to drink it. You need a filler beer at the end of the night. This is going to be better than your Miller Lite or your Coors Light or your Bud Light, but it's not something I have to pick up again. Andy,
we're all on the same wavelength and vibe. Not that I was foolish to think this was an 8%. Not thinking that. I'm saying that this is, in terms of comparison to U.S. macros, this is definitely a step above. They set out to make a clean and, light, clean and refreshing beer. And I would say that this is it. They probably wanted something that they could crush, that they could appreciate, that it wasn't, the local swill, which I believe to be a lot of the U.S. light macros. So I think they achieved it in that. That said, it's a mass-produced light lager, but it is better than most U.S. macros. There's others that are better. Things that I think back to, or Kona had a really good one, and there's some crisper and some with deeper. I guess you get more malt character out of it, being a lager. But anyway, it's not bad. I give it 6.5 too, Jay. It is definitely better. It deserves some recognition.
That will be a 6.3 for the Montucky Cold Snack, or Cold Snacks, whichever way you hashtag it, I guess, these days. Definitely one that if you've had, let us know what you think down in the comments. We'd love to hear that feedback. Be sure to like, subscribe, cheers, that notification bell, and we would definitely appreciate that. If you didn't like this video, just 2 thumbs down. Just hit it twice. We got a bunch of links down below for some Hopped Up Beer Review merch, Hopped Up Beer Review Discord server, Patreon, all that kind of fun stuff. Check all that out.
Pick up, Andy.
With that, for Andy in the attic and Jay, Andy's trying to take a nap. I'm Ben. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mates.
I was looking at the horse legs. It's a horse in motion, but when you look at it, it kind of looks funny when you're just like, these little weird little horse legs. I was just like, I was thinking funny horse leg thoughts, while you were talking, because who wants to listen to you?
Yeah, that back left leg looks weird.
Yeah, it's like I was trying to get perception on which is front right, which is the back left. It just looks like a little alien about to levitate over.
All right. Well, extra commentary here at the end.
I was not sleeping. I was really into thinking about that.
Deep thoughts by Andy from the attic.
Yeah. Needs to be some new short line, right?
Yeah. So I'm guessing those two.
Nobody's going to see this part, and nobody waits to the end.
Nobody.
That's a wrap.
If you wait to the end, comment, say, "Hey, I think there are alien legs too on that horse." We will get no comments.
No,
are you ready to end this yet? Can we
stop?
You're the one in control.
See ya.